Well, hello, my beautiful Aquarians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for April 2023. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this is your monthly reading for April. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. But just to make you aware, April really ramps up the energetic pace of the year as it opens our first portal of major change in the way of an eclipse. Now that occurs on the 20th of April, and many years ago eclipses used to be feared, but they actually offer an opportunity to supercharge the intentions that you've already set, okay? Especially as this is a new moon eclipse in the sign of Aries. It's a unique opportunity because we do have a second moon in Aries in a row, and that gives you that go-getting, tenacious focus to get stuff done. Now, this new moon also communes with Pluto. So anything that's been troubling you or anything that's felt difficult to achieve or even inauthentic, it's actually broken down and released so that you get a better outcome. This is a month to declutter, and this could be in the home space. It can also bring detoxing your body, mind, and spirit. It's a little bit, chaotic month as well. I have to say that because it's not all plain sailing. You're going to be very productive. It's actually going to be very, very busy. So you may feel a little bit more pressurized than usual because you're in a state of multitasking and doing. So it is important to set out some quiet time to relax, but I can see you're doing that there with the Hermit card at the end of the month. Now, because we do have 2 moons in the sign of Aries, it does mean that there is a second chance here for you. So this could be a chance to revisit a hobby that perhaps you've lost touch with, a project that maybe you haven't finished yet, a book that you mean to write or even read. It's also a period where you can look at your life, and if there's an area where you want to reconnect to or even plan some travels that you've had on the back burner, this is definitely the month to do it. You may even simply just want to rediscover parts of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with. So it's a very important time to really find balance and grounding in your life. Now we do have Mercury retrograding from the 21st of April, okay? It's in the sign of Taurus, and this is really relevant for what is going on at the moment. Taurus is all about cash, property, and acquisitions, of course. So with Mercury retrograding, it can mean that business starts to slow down. It can also be a really good time to really look at your budget and make sure your investments are safe and secure against any economic fluctuations. Now, if you know my readings, you'll know that there's been some messages that have been coming up for the last couple of months regarding finances, especially when it comes to career. There may have been some towers that have popped out in the month of March and April that have indicated economic fluctuations and breakdowns of systems that may shock a lot of people. So I do feel it's important to keep an eye on your investments. Although I can see there that you've got the King of Cups, and that really means to protect the things that you've worked really hard for. You may also be aware that there is a turbulent energy sort of circulating at the moment, and you're making sure that you're protecting your prosperity because it's over the Empress card there as well. So I do see that you're watching, waiting, keeping an eye on things. So I actually see that you're being very, very savvy. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles, you're saving, and also you're securing all that you've already worked for. But we'll get straight to it when we get to it, okay? Now, just to let you know, your 9th house is influencing you at this time. The 9th house is all about the quest for meaning, the more spiritual side of life. So you're going to feel a little bit more philosophical this month. You're going to be in a mindset of thinking about the journey you've taken so far, where you're at right now, and where you want to go in the future. Especially since you got that hermit energy, you'll really be going deep within for answers and reflecting on your inner truth, and also gaining enlightenment about the next steps on your path, okay? Also, the 9th house connects to study and travel. So some of you may find yourself putting yourself on a course of learning. Now, this could be a hobby. You want to learn something that brings a little bit more entertainment or spontaneity into your world, or just a little bit more enjoyment, and it connects you to other people in life. It may be something very creative, or some of you may be even learning something that helps you transition to perhaps move to a new country. Some of you may be learning a new language, or some of you may actually just be learning new skills within your job set so that you can elevate in terms of your career and educate yourself to be ahead of the competition, shall we say. Now, also the 9th house does dream of the great escape. So with the 3 of Wands there, I feel like you are looking at the next part of the journey. You're really planning the next step. But this can be a card of desiring to get away, to go traveling somewhere to far off lands, but you may feel that you have a lot of responsibility at the moment and you can't quite action it. But you may be able to do that at the end of the month, or you may plan something now in April for some other point in the rest of the year. Now, also, your 3rd house takes over from the 9th house, and that's round about mid-month. The 3rd house is all about communication, finding your voice, and being heard and respected for your ideas. So some of you, if you're going for new opportunities, you're going to negotiate better deals. Some of you may literally, if you use your voice within your work, whether you are someone who is like a radio presenter or someone who's giving a presentation, I feel like you're really using the perfect words to get across your meaning and what you desire to be known for. Also, I'm getting an energy here of quick trips. You know, the 3rd house does indicate quick trips. So some of you, if you can't get away for a bigger vacation, you may take like a little weekend away, maybe even to visit family, because we've got the 4 of Swords here, and that indicates a desire for rest. You've been really busy, very productive, getting a lot done. Now, they're actually showing me that if you're trying to purchase something, a large purchase, they're showing me that you're going to pick up a bargain, a discount of something this month. I don't normally get those messages, but that's coming out, so I'm giving that to you right now. So also your 3rd house connects to neighbors, so you may have some dealings with some neighbors. I feel like these are positive. If you've been having a bit of a difficulty with your neighbors, I feel like there is an opportunity to mend the energy, to come into a little bit more peace and harmony with that situation. But if you get on really well with your neighbors, I feel like they may invite you to something actually that will be quite enjoyable. Now let's get straight to the cards. This is your protagonist energy, and it is the Temperance card. So you're trying to be quite balanced in your world, but when you get the Temperance card, it does mean that you're trying to really re-examine your priorities in life, and you're really trying to check in with life's meaning and purpose. With this card, this does tend to mean that you are rejuvenating your energy, recharging your batteries, and some of you may be going through a period of healing, but you're trying to find symmetry in your world, or moderation in all things. Now, this can translate into getting better sleep, because you got the 4 of Swords there. It can also be about connecting to meditation to quieten your mind. Some of you, it may be cutting out food substances that you feel make you feel lethargic or make you feel a little bit low energy or even bloated. But I really feel that you are trying to find that level of balance. Also, I feel, especially if you look at the figures in this card, you're trying to really check in with where you feel like you belong in the world. Okay. Now, some of you may be trying to relocate relocate somewhere or buy property, buy real estate. So I feel some of you are trying to work out the next steps of what you need to do in order to do that. But because we got the tree there, I do feel a lot of you are focusing on your wealth, on your prosperity, and the legacy that you leave behind. So if you're in a career environment, you may be thinking about what you're known for, your reputation. And, if you are retired, for example, you may be connecting to community events and, you'll be thinking about your social standing within those events and what you're known for in that as well. Now, when you get this card in terms of finances, it does mean, don't spend more than you have. Money is coming in, it's flowing in and out. But at the end of the month, I definitely see you having an opportunity to save a little bit more than you'd hoped for. So it is positive on the financial front, okay? Now, also, we've got the Four of Swords. You are exhausted, okay? This indicates, especially with the resistance position energy, it indicates that there's something you love doing and you've been doing it a lot. You've been very productive, very busy. You've been doing a lot of multitasking. You've been planning a lot. You've had a lot on your mind. And April is the month, even though the energy is ramping up, you're aware that you need to just take stock of a situation and get some proper rest before you action something. There's something that you're manifesting, perhaps something that you're working hard on that you're not telling anybody about it. But the Four of Swords says it's time to really take a step back, to really take stock. Four of Swords is healing as well. So some of you may have gone through a procedure or you've been a little bit unwell recently. It's important to recognize that, get that rest that your body needs, because as soon as you are back to best, you can get back busy doing what you love doing. But sometimes the body needs a little bit more time to heal, okay? Now, the Four of Swords with the Four of Cups tends to mean that you are protected from disappointment, okay? So if you have had some sort of difficulty trying to achieve something and you've been feeling a little bit unfulfilled, I feel like you're going to discover an alternative way or an alternative approach to a situation that's actually going to bring out the best in you, and it's going to attract the best opportunity for you as well, okay? The Four of Swords is also you really trying to check in with your stress levels, really trying to make sure that you manage those stress levels and, to try and dissipate worrying, okay? Because I actually see that the situation that you've got, if you're worried about something, perhaps some of you are feeling a little bit uncertain about your circumstances or feeling that the world is uncertain. She's literally sleeping on the moon there. So she's getting comfortable with uncertainty and she's trusting in the unknown. The Four of Swords tends to mean that you are protected under difficult circumstances or during uncertain times. And we are certainly living through uncertain times. So I feel it's very important to manage the things that you worry about. If it's something that you can change, then change it. And if it's not, then let it be. There's no point in worrying about it, because what will be, and what is meant for you will never pass you by. So you may as well channel that energy into something that's more productive for you, okay? Now, I do actually see that there's nothing to worry about, but I get this sense of the beginning of the month, you really taking stock of your situation. The Four of Cups can mean that you're feeling a little bit fed up or a little bit frustrated. Things may have got a little bit dull or boring and you want a little bit more excitement in your world. The Four of Cups also indicates that, there may be something that has been bothering you for a little while and you want to take time out to really just work on a solution. What they're indicating here with this card is that you can't ignore a problem. You can solve a problem this month and you will solve a problem. Also, the Four of Cups, as you can see, there's literally an umbrella there, which is again protection from a storm or protection from bad weather or bad energy. So I really get a sense that you are recalibrating who you are, what you want, and I feel like you're in the planning stages of, it's almost like you are preparing for the worst, but you're actually getting the best outcome, okay? So some of you may be looking at world events and you may be preparing for difficulty or, deficiencies in some way, or you may be preparing for hardship or struggle, but they're actually indicating that your plans are really solid. They help put you in a very secure position to weather any storm. Also, the Four of Cups is a real, how can I put that? The Four of Cups can be a card of introspection, contemplation, and trusting in the abundance of opportunities that are about to be offered to you. There is a surprise opportunity coming your way. It's going to be right at the beginning of the month. It's going to really surprise you, okay? It's something that you really love. It's something that you felt you were waiting for, but it's never been showing up. Now, if you've got placements in Capricorn, there's a similar energy that came out in that reading. So perhaps there's something in that reading for you, but I really feel the universe will provide for you. I do feel that some of you are really trying to take stock of your emotions, and it just feels like something's missing. Okay, so I'm just going to pull a card on that. You may feel like something's missing. Let me see what that is. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, because I feel like you've been so busy, you've had no time to really focus on yourself, and you're just feeling really unfulfilled. The World card. So this could be a goal that you're trying to reach, or you're trying to find out your place in the world, or see how you fit into your circumstances. The World card can also indicate that you are learning a lesson and that you are going deep within for personal development, and you're going to elevate spiritually in the month of April. So it's a very positive time for you. You will find an opportunity to find balance. This card indicates you will reach your goal. The World card is a card of success, completion, and satisfaction. Also, it's a card of travel. So if you do have travel plans, or you want to activate travel plans, I definitely see this coming to fruition for you. I do see it's more of a quick trip at the end of the month and maybe something bigger later on in the year is what I see. But with the World card, this indicates you will reach your destination. So whatever you are dreaming of, whatever it is you're manifesting, it's showing up for you, okay? Now, some of you may be like taking a big old step back from the way the world is at the moment. It may feel very overwhelming and just nothing ever changes. Everything seems so negative, lots of doom and gloom. And it just seems that discouragement and disappointment just is very saturated on the internet right now. So I feel like there's a real refusal or a real checking out of negative energy. So some of you may be like deciding not to look at news sources, or you're trying to factor in better sleeping patterns so that you're disconnecting from social media before you go to bed, things like that. I really get a sense here that you are trying to stay away from the negative so that you protect your energy and try to revel in the positive, okay? I'm getting a sense here that some of you, especially with the Empress in this position, male or female, not a gender specific reading, it's about the energy. I feel there's this part of you that feels really disconnected from things right now. You may feel that you haven't had time to really focus on yourself, but at the same time, you just feel a little bit off center. Some of you may be doubting your skills or your talent, but I feel that you are going to be noticed for something that you do, and you're going to see that if you've had a disappointment in some area of your life, there's an even bigger, better project or surprise or opportunity or even a reward that is showing up for you that actually will make you see why the other thing was not right. I just want you to be aware of that. Some of you may have felt there's a creative block there, or you may have just been, feeling a little bit disconnected. And this part of the reading may not resonate for everyone. I'm just going to give it, though, for those of you who are parents. Some of you, you love your children so much, so deeply, and there may be one of your children that is going traveling or moving out, and it may be a very difficult emotional time where you start to really feel that detachment or that empty nest syndrome. You will fluctuate in your energy, and I'm sending you a huge hug out there. Your child will be back and forth quite a lot, actually, because they're also, as much as they want to get out there and explore the world and they're excited, they will also really miss home because you've created a wonderful home. So when they get out in the wide world, they're going to see what they're missing as well. So They have to make their own way, of course, but I'm just picking up on that. They will be back. That's what I'm seeing here as well. Although they're going to be wonderfully successful in their endeavors. So that's just coming through briefly. That will not resonate for everyone. But if you're a parent, you're doing an awesome job. And if no one's told you today, then I'm telling you today, and your guides want you to be aware as well, okay? Now this card is in the resistance position, so this can mean that you may feel your abundance is stuck in some way, or you may have felt that although you've been very, very busy, you may have felt like you've been busy doing lots of things, but it still feels like you're getting nowhere, or you may feel like you're grounded in some way. It just feels like things are not rewarding right now. That will change in the month of April. I see that you are going to be busy in the right way, where you feel more fulfilled. And they're actually giving me what a very talented, gifted person you are. This is a card that indicates that you are someone who is super creative, and you may be nurturing a plan, or you may be even contemplating something that perhaps you're really excited about, but you've put it on the back burner for a little while. So it could be an idea or a project. I mean, it could literally be something to do with the home space, where you've got a project that you want to engage in, a DIY project or reshuffling of things. It could literally be a move that you want to make. I see some people upcycling buildings. I don't know what you call that. You know, when you go into like an old building, or you buy property, real estate, and then I want to say upcycle it, but it's not the word I want. You revamp it, okay? Some of you may want to revamp your home space, or you may be buying property or going into real estate to revamp it. So there may have been a delay on this. And it may have made you feel a little bit frustrated, but the delay will come to an end, and things start moving in the month of April as well. Now, this card really indicates that you are birthing new ideas that are going to be very, very lucrative financially. This is a card of abundance. So if you feel like your prosperity has been somehow blocked, or you've been hesitant because you feel it's not the right time to launch something, middle of April is going to be the perfect time to launch that project or step into a new position. Some of you, I feel there is if you work for a company, for example, I see someone who's in a position of power who really is taking you under their wing. And this person wants to elevate you. They'll offer you a promotion or a raise or some sort of opportunity to have new responsibility that will bring more success than ever. It almost sets you on the right path for what you are hoping to achieve. Again, like the Capricorn energy, I feel like maybe it's a stepping stone to something even greater in the future. But I feel like you get really good news on this, and you're going to be really proud of the efforts that you've put in. Okay, now, for those of you who are retired or not in a career sector, shall we say, I definitely see a sense of you like grounding your emotions and really checking in with yourself to see how you're feeling about your growth, personal growth and personal development. Some of you are healing from something, really investing in yourself. Especially if you've neglected yourself for too long. You're going to implement healthcare routines, better eating habits, sleeping patterns, and really just, investing in nourishment for yourself. Also, this is a card of strong manifestation. So if you've taken some time out and you haven't been manifesting, or you've just been too busy to even think about it, I really get a sense that you are having infinite possibilities to manifest for your highest good. This is a month where you're in the creative flow. So I feel some of you will pick up a paintbrush, or you'll actually do something physically creative this month. It could be a hobby, or it's just something that you love. I see you reconnecting to it after such a long period of time, and it actually puts you in a really great group of people. A team spirit is what I'm picking up from this situation. Now, we've also got the King of Cups. King of Cups in this position, interesting. I'm picking up right now, as much as I'm picking up a very benevolent force, someone who wants to take you under their wing, I also feel that someone here, because they're showing me in the water surveillance cameras when I pick up this card, okay? So there could be someone who's been keeping an eye on you, or you are keeping an eye on something. Let me just check in with that energy. If you feel like someone is micromanaging you, or in some way watching what you're doing, I feel like this person is trying to elevate you for promotion. So their intentions are pure, okay, but they may have been a little bit hard on you is what I'm seeing. For some of you, I really get some of you actually buying surveillance systems and maybe put them in your home space. I don't see anyone like coming and robbing you or anything like that. I don't see anything negative here, but maybe just like extra security. Let me see what else I can get. I mean, in terms of the way of the world, you may feel like we're all kind of like, there was a song that came up in one of the readings. I think it was a Scorpio reading, and this is a Scorpio card, actually, come to think of it. There was a song that came up, something about 1984. Okay, and of course there's that book about 1984, about being watched. So maybe you're thinking about the world and the way that technology is evolving, because you are a maverick, you're someone who's a visionary, and you may be keeping an eye on, technological advancements, and you may be thinking it's a very worrying movement that we're having or that we're walking towards recently in the last couple of years. And you may be just keeping an eye on developments in order to weigh up your options and really invest in things that keep you in a very secure position. Some of you may want to move to countryside, or you may want to invest in land, or you may want to actually grow your own food, things like that, because we've got the Seven of Pentacles and that's really coming out there. Don't know who needs to hear that, but I'm just picking up on that energy. Maybe it's a desire that you have that you're working towards for the next couple of years. You will accomplish your goal, is what they're giving me there. Now, King of Cups. King of Cups is a very important card when it comes to you being a visionary. You're someone who is very intuitive. And if you're trying to launch something, I really feel it's go big or go home. Okay, as you can see, the big ship here is going through, and it's like the little journey. You're protecting the little journey. You're going to go on the big journey. So if you've got lots of ideas, I feel like taking the big dream, or, focusing on the big creative project, that's the one that's going to be super successful for you. Also, with the King of Cups, I get an energy of you're putting a lot of effort into something and you may be burning yourself out. So it's important to get a little bit of rest, which I see you definitely taking. But there's something that you are manifesting, something that you love, it's like your heart is connected to this thing. It will happen for you. I feel some of you may have wondered, is it ever going to happen? It seems to be delayed. You've been planning this for such a long time. I mean, look, this figure is even protecting the ship there as well, launching the ship out of the water or waiting to launch something. So some of you may have been preparing, but you feel like something's not ready, but you're in the planning stages of it. I feel April is the month to launch it, actually, and I feel like you'll be very happy that you did. Three of Wands tends to mean that this month you are really kind of mapping your progress and looking at your achievements so far. You may also be checking in and asking yourself, are you on the right path? The answer is yes, you are on the right path, and you're making great choices for yourself because you are in harmony with your heart's desire. So you're attracting a lot of abundance. But the ship tends to mean the journey. So I feel some of you have been questioning the journey, or maybe feeling a little bit lost in the journey. You may have felt the last couple of years has been a bit of a storm in terms of the world, and you're really trying to find your place and really trying to find your flow. You may have even felt a little bit lethargic, or even if you've had to push through that energy to keep busy doing, you may have just felt that you've lost your inner compass, or you have felt that you really want to get clear on your direction. I feel this month is the month to do that. Okay, now they're actually showing me in the water someone, a cup with tea leaves. They're showing me someone going for a reading with tea leaves. Okay, that's not something that I do. It's not something that I haven't been able to connect to that, so it's not something I can advise on, but you may have gone to a reader who does that. Pay close attention to that person's message, because it will come true, is what they're showing me, okay? So, they may have offered you a tarot reading, but as an aside, they did a little tea leaf reading for you. They may have got you to drink something, and then they just swirled around your tea leaves and they're giving you a message, they do see the truth for you. So I just want you to be aware of that. That's not going to resonate for everyone, and you don't have to go out there and like book one right now. I feel like if you've got one planned, I feel it's something, there's a really important message for you in that. I mean, it may mean that some of you are deciding to develop your spiritual gifts this month, and maybe reading tea leaves is one of the things that you're learning. So please take it as it resonates, okay? Now, also as an outcome, I mean, this month for you, there are things happening, but I feel like you're in a state of manifesting or planning something. So I feel this is really more a spiritual month to safeguard your position, to really evaluate the path that you're on and look at the developments that you've been focusing on at this time. If you're looking to create a lucrative deal, I definitely see that this is a month of accomplishing that, and it's going to be very, very successful. You've got the Hermit energy here as well. All these cards, the Hermit, thank you so much, I'm so grateful. They're just giving me a quote. Maybe this is relevant for someone out there. They are giving me, the older I get, the more I realize I want to spend time at home away from people. So I don't know who needs to hear that. Maybe that's how you're feeling right now. You're just feeling a little bit overwhelmed by people and their energy. And you're like, you know what? There's just a lot of crazy in the world right now. I just need to take a step back. With the introspection card, this is like hibernation mode. So some of you may be going off grid to really focus on planning something, or you feel that if something has not been fulfilling, or you're feeling frustrated, you're really going back to the drawing board in the month of April, really just to tweak your plan. Your plan is still going to work. Your plan is going to be very successful, but you may be looking at a different approach, shall we say, or finding an alternative strategy to get where you want to go a little bit quicker, okay? To like cut out the bureaucracy or the paperwork and things like that. If you're retired, some of you are getting, very good rest. You're finding that equilibrium. You're finding that balance. You're learning to love yourself more as you mature, and you're learning to get comfortable with your emotions. You're learning to, how can I put that? You're learning to have emotional security. You're someone who's very generous and kind and loving as well. People come to you for advice because you're such a wonderful person. I do see someone here doing a good turn for you because you did a good turn for them many years ago. So you may hear from someone who actually helps you out on something or has a piece of information that will help you in this moment. And this is because you've been really good to this person over the years, is what I see. Also, with the Hermit energy, some of you may be taking some time out to take stock of your career, and you may think about setting up your own business. This may be a time to go solo for you. So you may be trying to work out either a second stream of income, set up, something on the side, a side hustle that will actually become your main squeeze financially. It will do really well, is what they're showing me. But if you're becoming a CEO of your own company, or you're becoming an entrepreneur, this is something that's going to be very, very beneficial for you as well. This is a month to make your dreams come true, but it's more about the planning stages or reflecting on the dreams. I really feel this sense of going big or go home, and I feel like you're strategizing the next part of your journey. Now we also have the Magician, which means you are strongly in the law of attraction. So write that list, think about what it is that you want. This is a very magical time for making things happen, but it also tells me that you are someone who is very talented, very gifted. You have everything you need to make your goals become a reality, but also this is a card of needing to focus. So I feel this month is really about having no distractions, going off grid. Some of you may be working from home spaces, or you may actually do some preparation at home where you are setting yourself up to be in a really good position. Also, the Magician card is a card of accomplishing everything that you take action on. Everything you turn your hand to, it's going to work out in your favor. Also, this card is a very potent message of your masterful manifesting potential. You are the master creator. So I feel this is a time to seek your intentions and be honest with yourself. What is it you can do to take a step towards those things? And the universe will take 10 steps towards you to help it happen. Okay. Also, you've got a swan there, which tends to represent grace. So even though there may be a difficult circumstance that you are trying to navigate at this time, you will do it with ease. Everybody will look at you like, okay, that looked really easy for you, but you will know that actually it was something that was very difficult. So be proud in the fact that you accomplished it. And I feel like you will look back at that and see that April, you did a really good job, okay? Now also we got the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, again, is another kind of like checking in energy where you are looking at life and seeing if you are getting the value in all circumstances. You may be looking at the developments that you've been working on and seeing which things are working and which ones are not. You may be releasing the things that are no longer working for you and, you know, really focusing a little bit more on the things that are doing really well. This is really also about checking reciprocity to see if, especially if you're in a working environment, you may be doing a lot of work and you may feel like you're not fairly recompensed. Your third house will actually help you navigate and negotiate a better deal financially if you're looking for that. But ultimately, this month is all about creating healthy circumstances for yourself. You're bringing your A game is what I see. And with the Seven of Pentacles there as well, this indicates that things are going to be pretty well. They're going pretty well. And I feel like you will have enough. You're going to have a little bit more money to save at the end of the month and even a little bit more money to spend as well. But this month tends to be more of a month about personal development or self-development. You're going to be thinking of that great escape. You're going to be thinking about the long term as well. I'm just going to pull some cards. I see financially that you're in a very good position, but I actually see this month, even though there's going to be a lot going on, I feel this is more of a month of you protecting all that you've worked really hard for, protecting a position. If some of you have lost your job before you came to this reading and you're looking for a new one, there's definitely one that you've been manifesting that brings a little bit more money than you had before. Okay, Seven of Wands. As I said, this is you protecting all that you've worked really hard for. It's also a card of really not conforming, sticking to your morals, being prepared. And this is, I feel like this is about you being true to yourself. And, you know, not giving up on a dream, fighting for what you truly believe in and not compromising on what's important for you. Your passion is your power as it pushes any obstacles out of your way this month. Three of Cups, something to celebrate. And again, the Empress, it's in the upright energy. I'm only taking the uprights here, but the Empress is in the resistance position at the moment. And by the end of the month, the Empress goes into the upright position, which means you're attracting more prosperity, but also some of you may be spending a little bit more time with your family if you've got children, especially if it is a feast celebration. Perhaps your children may have some time off from school or college and they may come home for the holidays, or you may spend time with them and you may go out and have a little bit more fun, bring a little bit more excitement into your world. For those of you who don't have children, I definitely feel there's also something to celebrate here, some really good news coming your way. And I also feel like you're going to have, even though you're withdrawn or you feel like you need to contemplate on something, I feel it's also important to get into or connect to community events or connect to your friends and go out and have a little bit of fun, because it actually brings joy and releases pressure and just relieves the everyday humdrum of life, okay? But the Empress indicates some of you, if you're trying to relocate, especially into nature, or you're trying to, buy property that is in the countryside, I definitely see you finding something that is within your budget. You may think on it for quite some time, but you will be given a nudge, an omen by spirit that this is the right property for you. Now, also, I do see some of you having dental work in the month of April, okay? I feel like it will nibble away at your finances, but it's something that's important for your health, of course. I don't see it being excruciating pain, okay, but there may be something like maybe a filling comes out, or I just see you needing some dental work, and that's not going to resonate with everyone. I'm seeing, actually it's quite a high percentage, I'm seeing about 60% energy of someone needing to go to the dentist. I mean, it's such a obvious thing, people go to the dentist all the time, but I'm actually seeing There may be a reason why you have to go this month rather than just going for a checkup or a clean. So that's coming out there as well. They're also, before I go and get my final cards for you, they're showing me a pair of glasses. So this can connect to studying. So some of you, as I said already, will be taking up a course of learning. I mean, it's really interesting because if you think about the surveillance camera and you think about glasses, these are things to see or to identify or keep an eye on. So whatever you're keeping an eye on or taking a closer look at is actually going to be very, very lucrative for you. Some of you may discover that you need to wear glasses, or you may be changing your prescription on your glasses in April as well. So please take it as it resonates. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Okay, they want me to go one more, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Okay, manatee as well. Now, this is not going to resonate for everyone, but I just want you to be aware that if you lost someone who is very dear to you, okay, of course you may be missing this person, that stands to reason, but I feel like you're going to be given a symbol. What is that symbol? I just want to check in with it. Okay, for me it looks like it's a circle, but it looks almost like a cladda ring circle. It's like two hands holding a heart, and it's a circle. So it looks like a cladda ring or a cladda circle, if there is such a thing. This is a sign or a symbol that you will see over the next 6 weeks to let you know that that person who has transitioned is also trying to connect with you and let you know that they love you. So that is a symbol to let you know that they walk by your side, okay? I'm getting a few of these messages recently. It's not something I normally get, but I want you to be aware of that. Even if you don't get that sign or symbol, I feel like they will give you a personal sign for you that is connected to you. Something, say for example, you've asked for something. Say if you asked to see a ladybug or a ladybird, okay, you'll be given that sign or that symbol by your person in spirit. Okay, so I'm sending you a huge hug out there, and I'll leave it like that. If you've come to this reading, it's only if you've lost someone before you've come to this reading. I don't see anyone transitioning here, so I don't want anyone to be worried about that, okay? We got jellyfish as your final cards. It says here, let yourself be seen, transparency. Okay, so of course being honest and open, but I feel this is more about you being really honest about what you want. So if you want to negotiate a better deal, now is the time to do it. Also, let yourself be seen can be if you've been a hermit, in hermit mode, or a homebody for quite some time. It's about really recharging your batteries, but making sure that you do get out there to connect to life again. It's about, you know, you can recharge your batteries in different ways by getting out in the community and experiencing joy and happiness. Balance and variety is the spice of life. Now we've also got sandcastle. Okay, it says everything is temporary, divine timing. So if there's been any disappointments that you've been going through, or you're feeling really frustrated, this too shall pass. And divine timing is in order. It's bringing in something that you've been trying to manifest for quite some time. And we've also got manatee. Okay, now these are very graceful but very powerful entities. And it says forgiveness and surrender and release. So again, with the Four Swords, some of you may have been going through a heartbreak, or you may have been going through some sort of grief there. Remember, it's important to allow yourself to feel those emotions and process those emotions so that you can be in the flow. Also, I just wanted to give you this about forgiveness. Sometimes, I mean, all the time it is important to forgive, okay? I mean, you're not forgiving to let someone off the hook. You're forgiving to lighten the karmic load for yourself. You're actually releasing the baggage, because sometimes when we cannot let a situation go, or we cannot forgive a person, it eats us up inside. It's almost like, you know, drinking the poison and expecting the other person to feel the effects of it. So it's important to, you know, let situations go for your own peace of mind and for your own energy. So if there is someone who has done you a disservice, or someone has really disappointed you and let you down, let it go with love, because, I mean, of course, be angry about it. You know, it's okay to be angry. It's okay to hold it for a while, but don't keep it long term, because it will actually just hurt you in the long term and make you feel a little bit stagnant and stuck in the energy. So that's just coming through there briefly as well. Now I'm just going to go and get, we have a planetary alignment key, okay? And we've also got a heart there too. So some of you, if you are feeling that time is passing you by and that you're looking for love and you have not found love, I definitely get a sense that you will meet somebody. It will be, how can I be? Some of you may be going on a spiritual retreat, or some of you will go to a spiritual event. I see that you'll meet someone there who really captures your attention, and I do feel you'll spend time with this person, and it will, there's a lot of joy in this relationship. It will lead to something a little bit more long-term, shall we say. I mean, it doesn't have to be a spiritual event. I definitely see you in a gathering. You may get an invitation from a friend. Now, this could be to celebrate their birthday, or it could be a wedding. I see an invitation for you. So if you are looking for love, there's definitely an opportunity for you to connect to love there as well, okay? But I feel with this key, you're unlocking some great things because you're really connecting to your heart. You're aligning yourself with your heart's desire, and that's actually helping you manifest as well, okay? So I'll leave that there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aquarians. Love and light.